Đi mà đi. Mình đầu đến vậy xong hoặc thì nữa là ở lên sâu sâu cho nên đại đó nằm cho nó sẽ chỉ cho ở đó nó có gì cũng cái của này đó là cái gói người tháo đi cũng biết như nó là bây giờ thì nó sẽ thì nó là chỉ nó là cũng biết so what is it? There's no skin or stuff. Snälla då det diskt. Det är det nej. Det är nó là so what. Skulle det diskt. Stick đi là nó tôi chỉ nói tàu thì nó để đi chế đó những người gót với rồi nó quan trọng nè và sao đi chính là to take a laptop off no one Everybody know where that's at? What you tell you? Rabbits, chickens, livestock. She said, I don't want one rabbit, just one rabbit. So I took her. There's a little cage to put that rabbit in. There they come. She looked down that barn. There's a whole bunch of rabbits. Look at goats and sheep back there too. Instead of getting one rabbit, she bought 8 big ones. And then that's not enough. She fell in love with a little pygmy goat. She bought it. We bought some other stuff like I bought me a metal wagon with loaded up in a little truck. We had wagons and tricycles and stuff all piled up, and goats and rabbits. It looked like gypsies coming. So that's why I'm wore out sometimes, chasing the rabbits.
We did look like the Beverly Hillbillies, you know how that went down? That's the way the car was, but.
You didn't realize that you probably had 13 or 14 of those rabbits already? Just like one?
No, I went out to the truck to make room, to make sure I had room. I brought me a little box, I was all prepared. Went out there, and when I got there, when I came up in, JC had bid on that bought that big cage with 8 rabbits. He's the one did it. I was like, why is this sitting here in front of my chair? And he had done it. He got them all. Well, do y'all want to introduce yourself? Just remember, Doc is, how do I say, is my name Doc Wadoa? Okay, Jeannie Burgess Wachacha, Doc Wadoa.
See what that's Wadoa.
Okay, Leslie.
Leslie Sneedy, Dawoda.
Okay. John.
John Reed, Wadoa.
Mark Brown,
Honesty, that wasn't one.
Wilson D, Wadoa.
Mary Long, Doc Wadoa.
Bill Quinn, Dr. Doa. You know me, Dr. Doa. You know, let me tell a story too.
Okay.
Last time we were here, I was telling those that were here that when they were giving us names, some of them names they couldn't say that were in Cherokee. Like it's over there now. Like the name Tornado. That name was actually Doya Anida, baby beavers. That was the Cherokee name. That's when the government were giving us names and they could pronounce are Cherokee names, so they just said them the way they thought they heard them, or the way they heard them. And our name, Black Fox, there's no such thing. There never was. They seen this animal. That's a fisher cat. You could even call it a catamount. That's what they thought was a black fox, but it's a cat. And that was Enoli to the Cherokees. So that's my last name, Enoli, or that's the only name, I guess, because they didn't have last name. So there's no such thing as a gun negator. There is in English, but there is none in Cherokee. And there's a few more names that they changed that they couldn't say.
Okay, now, what is your name? Or dates ago on? Dates ago on?
Jeff, I need to see dates ago on.
Dr. Doe. When I said dates ago, I'm still, dates ago on, I'm asking him what his name is. Dousty, dates ago on. So that would be something you would want to learn, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, you can write that.
Okay, yeah, did y'all get your, what?
Explain to them what's gonna happen today, tonight.
Tonight, we'll just go ahead and start writing some words. Do you want to tell them what you told me just a little bit, or not?
With.
Yeah, like, they want to learn, like, sometimes they go and someone might be starting or go into dementia or something, but you've heard the story of a lot of elder people, they go back to speaking Cherokee language, like, Herbert Wachacha, whenever he was over there in Mission. Keith called JC that night and said, you know, he's not doing good, it doesn't look good. Well, the nurse called him, and he said, the nurse told Keith, said, does your dad have a speech impediment? And he said, no. And said, well, we can't understand him. And he came to him, he was speaking Cherokee to him. And they were looking for somebody to get on the phone and let him put up to his ear so he could hear Cherokee. So that, I had never thought about there being a need like that for, you know, what you all
Yeah,
go through.
and we're starting to get like outreach to the Western Bank too. Like we went out to Foreman a couple years back with flood. And my thing is if we're already reaching out to them, helping them, there might be a possibility that there's going to be a fluent speaker out there as well. They may have a different dialect, but if we would be able to communicate with them, we can understand a lot better than English to Cherokee. I mean, Cherokee to Cherokee, just different dialect. So, and if we can make a program with this and come up with something, we can go out there and teach their departments as well. And get them, we can outreach further from just here and help our other brothers out there.
I mean, I think that'd be a perfect example of the grant that I showed you. This kind of thing for the cultural exchange of cultures.
Yeah, if you want to tell them about, because I could never get people and say it not like a robot.
Show them the see that.
Going into the sea.
That's it.
Going into the sea.
That's it.
Okay, when we were in school, like the kids, they would say, una gesti, guanesti,
That's fine.
say, una gesti, una gesti.
That's the same thing.
Okay,
Just long version. Long.
But it's good if you teach them the long, how to say it the long way, and when they learn that, they can shorten it themselves.
yeah. This is the short version, and like they're wanting you all to try to learn una, is there a silent down in this one? Una jashi dashti. Una jashi dashti. And I have to do this with my toes and stuff. Una jashi dashti. Una jashi dashti. I mean, that's how I get to where it feels comfortable. So, that's just me. Yeah. Sometimes I'm flawed. When I just shoot out Steve. What? No use?
Tell us again how you learn.
Oh, yeah.
It's already there.
You'll be on Facebook.
But that's how, I mean, just have some, like Nanny Taylor, we talked about trying to see if Nanny could come down sometime, and then she makes songs out of anything and everything, and it's so easy to learn her way. I mean, for some of the, like colors, or animals, or numbers, or they translated Yellow Submarine. They've got that translated, so she's, okay?
Okay, that's good. Go around, ask them what they want to know.
Okay? Everybody get this one? And do y'all ever, I'll see if I can get us a computer. Try to ask about a laptop from Gadua or somewhere to bring. And that way we can type it in and then print them out and give you all study sheets.
Like, Abby Scott, she can.
Yeah.
On her computer. I mean, she does it.
What time is it? And I don't put question marks or anything, because there's a sound, right? That goes to make it a question. Like Oshigwa Zoo, the zoo makes it a question. Is that right or not, or kind of? So that's why I don't use periods or anything like that.
Hello? E. U. Wow. H. O. I. E. Y.
Hala, EU,
Y.
Guam,
Me. Love.
and I put that H up there like that because you can't really make us, when you're writing it in syllabary, I don't know, that's just what I was told.
It's in there.
Like ha, he, ho, who, huh,
Yeah.
but that's what Lenny, whenever Lenny told me, she said, just throw it up there, I think it was her. So
I
you just,
mean, you're gonna have to, it's gonna be in there when you write your syllabary, that H is gonna be included. And, again, there, undone, for me.
Yeah. On God. On God. God.
so he would say, God. So I'll put these in a box, this just shows they say, but it's the same thing. Ha, Iyuwanigan, Hagam, Iyuwanigan. God. Now these are things you can practice all weekend, because you're saying them all the time. Where's the bathroom? What time is it?
I'm real blessed.
Time to come out of the bathroom.
What's she minutes?
Anything else? Like, I'm tired.
I'd be saying that all
Me too, but you learn it, you'll learn it. I'm tired. Is it when you wake up? Gun or Yah?
Yeah.
Doggy, Yah. Doggy, Yahweh, God. Doggy, Yahweh,
E, you might say we, but it's A, tell them.
Well,
It stands for A.
Oh, yeah, the W-E. The E sounds like the long A as in day. Doggy, Yahweh, God. So, that's something we might need. This is what they're teaching all the kids and everywhere, you know, to do the Cherokee phonetics. But like Jerry Jackson, he just sounded